Here is the hard truth. Meat that looks fresh can still be dangerous. I'm Riley Cross. I spent weeks reading recall notices, inspection reports, and news archives. The USDA tracked over 30 meat recalls in the past year, and none were about expired dates. They were about contamination, handling, and mislabeled claims. Harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply when meat warms into the 40 to 140-degree danger zone during processing or delivery. Newsweek, https://www.newsweek.com/Dollar General Fries Recall Update. FDA issues risk warning. Temperature 211665. Today, I break down 6 well-known chains by name: Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Walmart, Dollar General, Aldi, and Safeway. Public records show patterns that should concern any shopper. These are not scare stories. They are documented lapses, cost-cutting, or delayed alerts that let risky meat reach carts. Quick context helps. Fresh beef, pork, and poultry are regulated by the USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Service. Many other foods fall under the FDA. Both agencies use recall classes. Class 1 is the highest risk. Class 2 still means possible health effects. We did the homework so you don't have to. I'll show evidence for each chain and clear steps to protect your family. Tap like to help this reach more households. Now, let's start with the premium brand many people trust most. Summary: fresh looks can hide risk. Recalls are common, and the oversight system matters. Next, Whole Foods. Number 6. Whole Foods. Premium labels promise clean meat and humane care. You pay more because you trust those claims. Our research turned up 2 red flags. First, a 2021 investigation reported that about 15% of cattle sold as raised without antibiotics still tested positive for antibiotic residues at markets tied to Whole Foods suppliers. The company denies lapses, yet the testing suggests enforcement gaps. The Daily Meal, citing lab findings. Second, animal welfare claims. PETA reported cruelty at farms supplying meats that carried humane or animal welfare certified labels in 2022 and again in early 2025. Their statement said Whole Foods was charging premium prices for false assurance, while some suppliers used inhumane methods. Summary via the Daily Meal. These are allegations, but they raise serious questions about verification and oversight. When labels promise more than the system delivers, risk shifts to you. A sticker does not kill bacteria. A claim does not fix broken audits. That is why I read lab summaries and corporate statements line by line before hitting record. Do you still trust a premium label? Yes or no? Summary: testing found residues in some no antibiotics claims, and advocates alleged abuse at certain humane suppliers. Premium branding is not a safety guarantee. Next, a chain with no butcher on site and even less transparency. Number 5. Trader Joe's. This chain sells almost all meat prepackaged. There is no in-store butcher. That means you and I rely almost fully on the supplier. The package looks neat, the label is short. Often there's no simple way to see a plant number or farm source, and there's little staff oversight at a counter because there isn't one. Without a butcher, daily quality checks are weaker. No one is trimming a roast and noticing an off smell. No one is weighing cuts and catching a label error. When a supplier issues a recall, whole lots can sit longer because the team is not inspecting individual trays. Critics argue the brand's wrapped-in-mystery model leaves shoppers with less sourcing info. The company does post advisories, but many buyers struggle to match a barcode to a plant when speed matters. I reviewed Trader Joe's recall notes and FDA alerts. The list is shorter than big box rivals, but that may reflect quiet supplier pulls more than a cleaner slate. With global sourcing and unique items, a single mistake upstream can be hard for local inspectors to catch in time. Summary: no butcher means less in-store oversight, minimal labeling, and slower tracebacks. Fresh wrap is not a safety guarantee. Next, the nation's largest grocer and why scale magnifies risk. Number 4. Walmart. Always low prices sounds great, but it adds stress to the supply chain. When margins get tight, some suppliers cut steps you can't see. Public records and outbreak summaries have flagged Walmart and its Great Value brand in multiple recalls over recent years for hazards like Salmonella or E. coli in raw poultry or ground beef. CDC summaries from 2018 through 2022 tie multi-state outbreaks to raw chicken sold widely, including at large retailers such as Walmart. FSIS recall postings also list Walmart on distribution for several events. Scale matters. Industry estimates suggest Walmart moves millions of pounds of meat each week. Even a tiny contamination rate can reach thousands of families. That is why I sit with FSIS press releases and recall spreadsheets, tallying brand names, lot codes, and plants. The pattern is not abstract. It touches dinner tables. If my work helps you shop smarter, subscribe to PrepWise. I publish calm, data-based briefings you can use today. Please also like and share this video so neighbors see it. Summary: low prices plus huge volume narrow the safety margin. Records show repeated recalls and outbreak links. If you buy here, check recall alerts often. Next, even cheaper and a warehouse story you will not forget. Number 3. Dollar General. Here is the nightmare case that sits in the official file. In early 2022, inspectors found a severe rodent infestation at a Dollar General/Family Dollar distribution center in Arkansas. After fumigation, more than 1,100 dead rodents were recovered, with thousands more trapped over the prior year. The FDA issued a public warning, and the companies recalled hundreds of foods, including refrigerated items across multiple states. Food safety news link in the text. Cold chain control was a second blow. In July 2024, Dollar General announced a recall of frozen fries because the product likely spent time too warm. The U.S. Department of Agriculture classified it as a Class 2 risk, which still means possible health effects. Newsweek, link in the text. Why it matters is simple. Bacteria multiply fast between 40 and 140 degrees. Temperature abuse of any food, meat included, invites hazards. Newsweek source. Discount does not excuse dirty storage or warm trucks. The label cannot show you that. I read the federal letters and warning memos so you can see what actually happened, not a rumor. Summary: documented rodents plus temperature abuse warnings reveal systemic problems in parts of this network. If a dollar store near you sells meat, shop with extreme caution. Next, a major discount grocer with a long recall trail. Number 2. Aldi. The draw is clear. Prices are very low, but cost-cutting upstream can create weak points. FSIS archives show several significant Aldi meat recalls in 2020 through 2022. One high-profile case in late 2020 pulled more than 6,000 pounds of chicken nuggets for Listeria monocytogenes under an FDA notice. In 2019, Aldi brand ground beef was recalled for E. coli 0157H7. There have also been withdrawals of chicken salad and pork products during salmonella investigations. Aldi leans on a tight private label supply chain. That often means generic processors working on thin margins. Food safety experts tell me any retailer with very low margins must invest more, not less, in audits and cold chain checks. One put it this way: when you see frequent recalls at a chain, look for systemic shortcuts upstream. And remember, perfect packaging at checkout can hide invisible risk. I looked through the recall postings so you can see the pattern, not a headline. The same story repeats across categories. Summary: multiple Aldi recalls over recent years point to control gaps in a low-cost model. Very low prices can mean thin safety buffers. Next, the number 1 spot, and a problem with public warnings. Number 1. Safeway. A familiar name can lower our guard. Yet, reports and public health commentary have criticized Safeway for delayed recall messaging in several cases. In 2018, during a multi-state salmonella crisis linked to leafy greens, some Safeway locations were slow to alert shoppers until final lab work arrived. More recently, Safeway brand chicken, beef, or turkey items appeared in USDA recall notices weeks after contamination was known upstream, according to whistleblower statements reported in 2022. Some managers allegedly chose quiet trade recalls over clear public alerts. Timing matters. Every day counts in an outbreak. A county health official told local media that several illnesses linked to Safeway Select ground turkey in 2021 might have been avoided if alerts went out sooner. Even when a retailer follows the letter of the process, a delay leaves families cooking risky meat with no warning. I read these case summaries with concern because recall behavior is a culture test. Fast, transparent action protects people. Slow, quiet action does not. Summary: Safeway has faced criticism for slow or limited public recall alerts. Delay increases risk for shoppers who rely on store messaging. Now, let's close with how to shop smarter after all 6 examples. Here is where we go from here. 6 very different chains shared one theme. Shortcuts and weak oversight can put risky meat in your cart. Whole Foods showed that premium claims are not proof. Trader Joe's showed how no butcher and opaque labels hide sourcing. Walmart showed that tight margins and huge scale narrow safety buffers. Dollar General showed what dirty warehouses and warm transport do to food. Aldi showed a recall pattern in a low-cost model. Safeway showed how delay keeps families in the dark. Protect yourself. Bring meat home cold and refrigerate it right away. Use a food thermometer. Cook poultry to 165 degrees F and ground beef to 160 degrees F. Keep raw meat below other foods. Check USDA, FSIS, and FDA recall pages weekly. When you can, buy from stores with on-site butchers and clear plant codes. Ask staff about sourcing and audits. We will keep digging through inspection logs, recall archives, and company filings so you do not have to. If this was useful, subscribe to PrepWise and share this with someone who buys the groceries. Thanks for watching. Which of these 6 surprised you most? Fresh-looking meat is not a safety guarantee. Informed choices are non-negotiable.